Alright. So I'm gonna do books I've read, but I'm not gonna do just the past month because that would only be like 2 books. And I've gone all the way back to May, or not May, sorry, March. And we're starting with this book here, Snow Falling on Cedars. I actually really quite liked this book. It was very good. Story was good. Characters were good. Development's good. I thought the narration was pretty great. My book reviews aren't going to be as crazy, but this one was good. Probably one of my favorite novels I've read recently. Very good. After that, I read this book called The Summer Book, I think by Tove Jansson. I don't remember her last name. The lady that did Moomin. I read that one. It was just a short little book, kind of like life in Finland in the summer. Or it might have been Sweden, I don't remember. It was alright. It wasn't anything crazy, but it was nice. It had some nice illustrations and stuff like that. I liked that book. Next up, I read Nausicaa. I gave it to my friend, so I don't have it with me. But I bought this one a while ago, like a few years ago, and I hadn't finished it. So I just restarted that and read the whole thing. I think because we watched the movie in theaters a little while ago. I think we did. Yeah, we did. So I just felt like reading that again. The book version is much better, a lot crazier. I see why they cut the movie down. But I like the book version a lot more. I wish Murakami did more manga books, but I mean, hey, his movies are good and they make crazy bank, so it makes sense. So I liked that ending a lot more for the book. I really liked the part where they kind of get to the hidden place where like everything's perfect. I thought that part was cool. It was really scenic. And then after that, I continued with some Miyazaki. I read this one, which is kind of like the preface for Nausicaa, kind of like he worked on this one first, kind of like just a beta test. I can't think of words right now, but whatever. So I read that one. That one's essentially the same story, but I like the art. It's nice. So I read it again. I just read it in one day. It's a really quick book. Right after that, there's a lot of little free libraries. There's one right by my house, so I grabbed this one from it. I haven't really read Steinbeck, and I know this isn't his most Steinbeck-y book, I guess you would say, but I read this one, King Arthur and Noble Knights. This was kind of my first, like, I don't know what fantasy, it was my first sort of like that genre, like King Arthur Knight Tales book that I've read. I thought it was really good. I like how, one of the main things I liked about this book was no matter what happens to like the knights and these people back then, at least in how he writes it, is something bad will happen and they'll just be like, oh, God willed it to be like that, so it's all right, like it's all in his plan. And I thought that was kind of funny, but it's also kind of cool. So they make God sound pretty cool in that book, and they also, I mean, knights are sweet, so they make knights sound cool. Unfortunately, he doesn't finish. I don't know why, but he just stopped writing this book, so it kind of ends abruptly. And I wish he would continue because I like how he narrates it, but it ends when what's the woman's name? Guinevere? Is that the Dark Souls boss? Not boss, but lady. It ends when, oh jeez, what is his name? The best knight. Lancelot. It ends when Lancelot and that one King Arthur's wife kiss. So it was really starting to heat up. Like there's about to be some beef brewing, but that's when it ends. So, I mean, it's not the worst time to end, but not the best either. But good book. I would recommend it. After that, I read the Sir Gawain and the Green Knight tale. You can read that one really quick. And I actually read that while I was reading this one because I was going on vacation. I didn't want to bring this big book. So I brought that one. I read it on the way to Philadelphia and on the way back. That one was pretty crazy. Bird clock, hold on. Around the world. Some people just biked by listening to Around the World, some dad and his kid. That's pretty creepy. That book was good. I don't know how Sir Gawain manages that Morgan Le Fay. I think any normal man probably would have been tempted given the situation, but hey, they let him live, so that's good. So I liked that one a lot. I thought the cover was really cool. I'll try to put a photo of the cover on. I also lended this to my friends, but I thought the cover was really good and it was a good book. I liked it. Short, but you know, it doesn't really have to be that long. I have watched the movie before with my miss, but I didn't really. I think it's probably beneficial to read the book before you watch the movie, so I'm gonna go ahead and hopefully rewatch it again soon with some friends. Yeah, we'll see what I think about it now, because the first time I wasn't exactly all that into it. And so that was March and April. So then in May, I read this big book I got from the library. Well, actually, my mom got it for me, but this big book of King Arthur tales. I'll try to find a photo of it. This was a fat book. It was only 400 pages, but the size of it was like this big and like 2 columns. So it was really probably like 900 pages. So that one took me a long time to finish. That one was good. It wasn't quite as good as Steinbeck's narration, and the stories were a lot shorter and like more disconnected, or like separate short stories, I should say. It was good, not as good as the Steinbeck one, but it was still good. Yeah, it was good. I liked it a lot. I don't know. I guess I like this genre, or that style of story. I mean, knights are just cool. They'll always be cool. Their armor's sweet. I like the emphasis on treating the ladies well in those stories. I think it's kind of funny, but it's also true. So yeah, I liked those. So now we're getting closer. That probably took me at least the first half of May, maybe a bit longer to finish that book. And then after that, I got this manga, which I've been waiting a while to read because it hasn't been translated to English, like the physical version. So yeah, I was excited for this one. I like climbing, and the art in this book just looks crazy. So, like, yeah, let me make sure you guys get this first panel. It's definitely a little unrealistic that someone would be able to like do what this main protagonist is doing. Like the first climb he does, he jumps climbing. He's climbing up his school. He jumps climbing, and I'm gonna have to scoot back for this one. He jumps probably 4 feet high, and there's an overhang, so the wall he's on is straight. There's an overhang that he's gonna jump and grab onto. It's probably like that far out, even longer. It's like he would not be able to do that in real life. No one would be able to do that in real life. But other than that, I think it's a good start. I mean, it's kind of, the writing's okay, but I know it gets better. I mean, I'm not expecting anything crazy for like the first volume. I thought it was funny how they have a climber slang glossary. Let's see if I can find it here. Yeah, climbing glossary. Hopefully you can see that. I thought that was funny. And I also thought it was funny when they were in the tournament and he's climbing and he hooks his foot in and he lets his arms hang like this, and they're like, oh my god, he dropped his arms so he could let blood flow to his arms so they're strong again. I thought that part was pretty funny. Yeah. After that, I got that one for my birthday, and then I also got this book for my birthday, which I've also been wanting to read for a while. Vinland Saga, the new deluxe versions. Art's good in this one. I mean, the book quality's good. It's like the big Berserk books, and they have this nice little thing. It's good. I'm waiting for them to finish the story, or for him to finish the story, because I don't want to just start reading it and then finish it again. But I've already watched the anime version. I might rewatch it in German to help with my language acquisition, or in Spanish or something. German would probably make more sense. But yeah, it's good. It's a good story. So yeah, that's a good start. And that's what I read for, so that was March, April, and May. Currently, no, I'm not going to tell you what I'm currently reading, because that'll be for the next one. But that's what I read for those last few months. I'll probably just start doing this every month. So it won't be every 3 months, maybe every 2 months, but I'll probably do every month. Yeah. So, see you guys later. Little Hoser out.